What happens to politicians after they get elected? They give all kinds of great speeches telling voters what the voters want to hear, and when they get elected, they forget those campaign promises. And even worse, they forget that they were elected to be the voice of the people that elected them. Now, this is nothing new, but in the last 30 years it has reached epidemic proportions. Some of it we know, and have talked about on this show, is that in order to get their bill through, they have to vote for something they don't believe in, and sometimes could even be detrimental to those they represent. And sometimes our representatives are simply bought by lobbyists. And sometimes they get caught up in the party machine. If you want to continue to be successful in politics, you need the party to contribute to your election fund. So you have to vote the way the party tells you. None of these reasons are good excuses for not really being the voice of those that elected you, and none of these reasons is moral. After this recent election, it became even more clear just how far this has gone. It is no longer, my party is right. It is, anything the other party wants to do is wrong and must be stopped at all cost. These politicians should take an honest look at the election results. Donald Trump won because he listened to the people of the nation. Rich ones, poor ones, big city people, rural people. He found out what the people really wanted for this country and promised to do it. This is the way our system was designed. Politics for a long time has been a way of making a lot of money and getting even more money by selling your votes. During President Trump's first election, he funded his own campaign and donated his entire salary as president to charities. Ask yourself if the person you voted for would do that. On the other hand, look at all the legislators who have become millionaires by being a member of Congress. The government only pays them a salary of $174,000 a year. So ask yourself, how could someone that only makes $174,000 a year become a millionaire in just a few years in Congress? After the big loss in the past election, the Democrats should have taken a good look at themselves and said, I need to be more like him, a man of the people, really doing the work of the people and trying to put into action what the people of America said they want. Instead, after the shock of the election results wore off, they have dug in deeper and promised out loud that they will fight everything the president wants to do. The Democratic Party is digging its own grave. Some Democrats have seen how the party has used them. Many Democrat politicians are now former Democrats. Many you probably haven't heard of. But there are prominent names like Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Tulsi Gabbard, and Elon Musk. How about Mark Zuckerberg? After seeing the results of the election, he met with Donald Trump and saw the light. Zuckerberg is the man who banned and fact-checked everything anyone said about Donald Trump in an effort to make him lose the election. Now, there is no more fact-checking on Facebook. The entire fact-checking staff was fired the day after Zuckerberg met with Trump. And now Zuckerberg says he is looking forward to working with the president to make America great again. And that's not to mention how many voters have left the Democratic Party to register as independent or Republican. Americans' blinders have been taken off. Even though most of the mainstream media is still in the trenches with the Democrats, twisting the truth and sometimes just outright lying, there are so many more ways for Americans to get truth in their news. Yes, Donald Trump sometimes says or does things that don't rub me the right way. But if you look closely at him, you will see an honest man who sticks to his word and really loves America and wants to make it the best that it can be. And it all comes down to doing what is right for America and not doing what the party or the big money backers want. For me, that just makes sense.